Hi guys, how are you all doing? This is your girl Fina. I am back again like I never left. Guess what we're doing today? My bronzer collection. I'm going to show you guys all my bronzers that I own. You know what? I'm beginning to love this. The other day I wanted to get the Denis Samaris concealer and I thought of the concealers that I own. I'm like, no, not at the moment. So yeah, this is really good for me to see everything that I own and then know that, you know what? I don't think I need another. Let me just stick to the things that I own. At least run them down a little bit before we get another one. So that being said, we're going to do all my bronzers, powder, cream, whatever bronzer that we own today is what I'm showcasing to you guys. Guys, please, if you watch this video, just give it a thumbs up. It costs nothing to give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment because these things will encourage me to do more. Yeah, so if I see those things, I want to do more. Like the lady that I requested for the blushes, I just had to do it the next day. That encouraged me. I said, oh, someone wants to see it. That made me want to do more. I have some other videos that I want to do as well that someone requested as well. So that just helps me. And the more you request, the more I do it, the more we have something to hold on to, the more I have something to do, and then you have something to watch. Just help me. Let's do this together. Let's ride together in this train, okay? So yeah. Let's start with the cream one that I own. Let me bring up this. This is all that we're sharing today that I'm going to share with you guys. This and this one here. One just fell. That's all right. Everything I own here, I keep telling you guys, I don't even know I have this much. Till whenever I'm doing these videos, I'll be like, did I have this much? Yes, I do. So we're just going to do in no particular order today because everything is just mixed up. So anyone that I touch, I will just tell you guys about it. But let me see if I can start with the cream one. And you know what? I was just talking about it and I brought up my best. This was my first, was it? Yeah, this was my first bronzer. This Denis Samaris bronzer in the shade, I think it's deep, yeah. In the shade deep, this was my first bronzer. And boy, oh boy, do I love this bronzer. Yes, yes, yes. No bronzer beats this bronzer for me. The shade, everything, the way this applies on the skin, the way it glides on your skin. Like if you are looking for a good bronzer and you haven't tried this, just give this a go. Try this, honestly. But you know what? When I got this one, this is like 20 something pound. And I got it for, because they said if you buy 4, you get 40% off. That was when I bought any Samaris stuff that I use. And if I'm to advise, honestly, there are some bronzers that I will show you guys here that are affordable, that are really good as well. But if you're someone that like a little bit like luxury name and, you know, let's just be that we have it. This is one luxury bronzer that I would say, give it a go. It's really good. So that is my Denis Samaris bronzer. And the other one that took me for ages to get is this Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Chestnut. This is the shade you can see. Chestnut, well, let me open the two of them side by side. Chestnut, and you can see what they are giving. Almost the same thing. They almost give the same payoff, but Chestnut is, Denis Samaris is really pigmented. It's really pigmented, but Anastasia Beverly Hills is not that pigmented. So if you are a beginner into doing your makeup or trying bronzer, I would say Anastasia Beverly Hills will be your bae. Denis Samaris is pigmented, so you have to know how to work. It's not bad, but I like this one. Some days that I don't want to do too much, that I just want to be in control of my bronzer, I love using this one. So yeah, got this, love it. And now the next one that I have here that I don't like, I will never advise anyone to get it, is this one. This is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer. Rubbish. This is the dark, I think. What shade is this one? Sorry, guys. Yeah, dark. The shade is dark. But guys, wait. This is the only one that I will swatch. Let me show you guys why I said it's rubbish. Look at dark. It pulls out gray. Instantly. Gray. If you keep rubbing it in, it shows gray. Rubbish. When I say rubbish, I mean rubbish. The first time I saw it, if you look at it in the pan, you feel like, oh, it's going to work. Just look at the pan. And you feel like, oh, no, this is going to work. But once you bring it out, gray. So that one is a no, 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 no. And that is the 3 cream bronzers that I own, just the 3 of them. And now let's get into the liquid ones that I own. I need to wipe off my hand and I don't have a tissue. Give me a second. Yeah, so let's get into the liquid ones that I have. So this one is not a bronzer. You know you can use your concealers as bronzer. You can even use your foundation as bronzer. Just get the darker shade and use it, okay? If that's what you want to use. This is a concealer and it's a darker shade. This is the Sephora concealer in the shade 65. I use this as my bronzer or contour. Like this is deeper than the shade of my bronzer. So days that I want like a little bit dark shadow on my face, I go in with this one. So just to let you know, you don't have to buy a bronzer. You can use a darker concealer. You can use a darker foundation as a bronzer. Okay. The 4 liquid bronzers that I have here, the 4 of them are made by Mitchell Bronzers. And this one is Chocolate Charm. Chocolate Charm it pulls out red. Like if you want that warmth look, if you want to just, I don't know how to explain this one. This one is a must-have, okay? Must-have. You can have your other bronzers, but you need this one. Like this, you need to top up. You need a little bit of something happening on your face. That's when I pull out this one, okay? So Chocolate Charm, Rituation. I don't use Rituation. I just use Rituation as my eyeliner. If I want to line my eyes, that's when Rituation comes in because it's really dark. And then Blend and Snatch and Shade and Lead. These two, they are super duper good, okay? These three, what's it called? Chocolate Charm. But one thing is, if I'm to take, like if they said, okay, pick a bronzer from these three, there's no way I can pick Chocolate Charm because it's not every time that I want that Chocolate Charm look. And most times I don't just like Chocolate Charm by itself, but Blend and Snatch, Shade and Lead, I can use them by themselves without mixing any other bronzer. That's what I mean by that. So, but is it a must-have? Yes, it's a must-have. So that is the 4 liquid that I have. Now let's go into the palette. Let's go into my cream palette first. Guys, do you know how much I talk about this palette? It was someone said I should use it all over the face to show the palette. And one thing is I only use the 2 bronzers here. I don't normally use these ones. But recently I started using this one to clean out my brows. Like if I put my pencil, I use this one here to clean out my brow. This one, sorry, I'm showing 2 hands. You don't even know. This one in here to clean out my brow. But if I'm being honest, if they just have like singles to get, I would just get these 2 bronzer shade. That's it. The rest, I don't normally use it. But I'm going to try my best and see if I can use it as a concealer. Because this is a concealer, LA Pro Sculpt concealer palette. So it is not a bronzer. It is a concealer palette. But these 2 bronzer here, if you are looking for a very good bronzer that won't glow up on your skin, okay, this is not a dewy bronzer. This is just ideal bronzer. If you are talking about bronzer, like honestly, I am comparing this bronzer with my best. Before I started this video with my Denis Samaris, I'm comparing this bronzer here with my Denis Samaris. Before I started this video, I was contemplating, should I say this is my best? And something in me just said, you know what? I have loved this for a very long time. Let me just go with my Denis Samaris that I've loved for a very long time. But honestly, guys, if you feel like this is expensive and you need something you can afford, because this one is like £11, and if you feel like any shade here can work for you as a concealer guy, and you have corrector as well, you can correct with that. I haven't tried this corrector, but I'm going to try it. Let me see how it works. But the blendability of this palette is something else, honestly. I'm going to try all over my face. I'm going to play around with this, and then we'll see what we can do. I love this. The formula of this is 10 over 10 when it comes to me. I love it. So yeah, that's done. Another cream one that I have palette is, this is my new bae in the house. It took me more than a year before I got this. This is the Made by Mitchell Curve Case in the shade Deep. I got this in the shade Deep. I am in love with. So this is the Blend and Snatch, Shade and Lead, and Chocolate Charm. The 3 that I just showed you guys. The 4 that I just showed you guys on the single. I have the 4 here, but these are the 3 that I told you that I like. You can see this one. I haven't really touched it, if not when I swatched the palette for you guys to see. And that was it. And yeah, this, I've said this before, this is £30 the original price, but as of now they're selling it £20 on TikTok. So £20, you're having 4 bronzer and 4 blushes, and it's just in one component, so you don't have to. It helps with saving space. It is good. The formula is good. I love it. Love it. Love it. But for the deep shade, like I said before in my other video, I prefer the bronzers here to the blushes. So for me, the bronzers are everything. I like them. But for the blushes, it's just there. So yeah, that is it. And the next one, let's get into my powder. Let me go with the palettes first. So the bronzer here is Revolution Bronzer Reloaded. This one here. You see, it's almost the same packaging with this one that I don't like. See, the cream one is rubbish. Revolution products, I love their bronzer. I have another one that I'm going to, you know what, let me just bring out the 2 of them. This one is my best. I don't know if they still do this or they've discontinued this one. But yeah, this one has got a little bit shimmer in it. So if you want a little bit of that highlighter and a bronzer, go for this one. I like this one, but I won't compare the formula and the way I like this one. This one is one of my powder bronzers that I love with a passion. Like, I will always, if I ever finish this, which I know that will never happen because it's too big, I will always repurchase this because this bronzer is everything. So I got the shade medium and I have the shade dark. So dark is I prefer medium. Medium works for me better. So if you're on my skin tone and you're looking for a bronzer shade that will work for you, sorry, my phone is beeping. You're looking for a bronzer shade that will work for you, I would say go for the medium, don't go for the dark. But both of them are good. I have done a sorry guys. I've done a video where I compare this to Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. This bronzer is my top-notch bronzer. I love, love, love this bronzer. And to compare it with this one is like £8, and this one is like almost £40, if not £40. I had the mind to compare it. That's how much I love this. So if you can't get this one, go for this one. But this is really good. Well, let me see the size of this. This is 18 grams, and this one is 15.5 grams. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury is bigger. Let me just quickly open them up so you can see. That is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Best shade-wise, everything. This is number 4. Yeah, 4 deep. Shade-wise, everything. I've had this bronzer now for like 2 years counting, and I don't know when it's going to finish. Is it going to finish? I don't know. But yeah, this is the Revolution one. So this is the shade medium, and this is the shade dark. So the difference is not that much, but I prefer using the medium. Okay, to me, I feel like the medium is the best shade. But I had the medium first. Oh, did I get the dark first? I can't remember which one I got first. No, I got the medium first, and then I went in store. I think they are doing 3 for 2, and I was buying something else. I was like, okay, what will I use to complete my 3? And I took the dark, and yeah, that was it. And now, did I show you guys this one? Because, God, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so this is the Revolution. They are bronzer reloaded in the shade. What shade is this? They didn't put a shade. I'm sorry. I am sorry. They just wrote Revolution bronzer reloaded long weekend. So I don't know if it's a long weekend is the. I don't know if the long weekend is the name, but yeah, that's what I can see here. And then my Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Mocha Mummy. This is the shade. This Mocha Mummy is like the chocolate charm. The chocolate charm that I told you guys, they made by Mitchell chocolate charm. That is what I use this Mocha Mummy for. So the chocolate charm you can use days that you don't need a blush and you just want easy and go all by itself. I forgot to say that. That's when you use that. Like this one, days that I don't need blush and I just need my face put together in a, you know, like you want to look like a classy chick. You know, sometimes classy is not when you have too much going on your face. That's how I see classy. Whenever I want to look classy, I don't like putting on like too much like blushes and all that. I just like going with something that is subtle. That's when I pull out my Mocha Mummy, and this shade is dope. I love it. So that is it. And the next one I have is Glowish by Huda Beauty. I have 2 shades, but I don't, the other one I haven't opened it. The shade that I have here is 05 Rich. So 05 Rich, this is a good bronzer. But another thing with this bronzer is, if you guys saw, oh, I'm going to do that video. I think the next one I will do is to show you guys my powders. My setting face powder, my Dior Backstage powder, no powder. The one that I use in setting all over my face has got like this, what's it called again? This thing on it, like, you know, it clogs. Do you see that? So it's got a little bit of build up on it, in it. So that is just one thing that I've noticed with this. It's got like build up around the corner. All these places are build up like clogs on it. So that's just the only problem I have with this. But the shade is really, really good. But you have to like rub it in to get the product because it's literally clogged. But other than that, it's a good shade. But am I going to repurchase this? No. In everything that I've shown you guys here, apart from the Revolution cream one that I said I don't like, this is another one that, if I'm being honest, you have other options that you can buy than this, and it's quite expensive. It's a little bit expensive. It's not that cheap, and so instead of you getting this one, I would say get other bronzers. It's a good shade. It works well if you can dip it in and get it. I got it when they did. I don't know if it's 70 or 80% off, so I had to buy like 2 shades, the cream and all that, and yeah. So that is it. Another one is the Hula Toasted by Benefit. This is my first powder bronzer. This is the first powder bronzer that I own, and I have had this bronzer now for more than 4 years, and I love this bronzer with a passion. Did you hear me? I love this bronzer with a passion. When it comes to my powder formula, powder shade, like when it comes to my powder bronzer, the formula, the shade, the everything, this would have been my best, but I'm going to give that to Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. That one is good, but this one, if they have, this one is really good. If only they change the packaging. My problem is just the packaging. So whenever I'm going to use this, whenever I'm using this, I make sure I have a brush that can fit in inside. Other than that, this is a very good bronzer. So if you see these on offer, please don't look back in taking this. If the offer is crazy, go for this, get it. If I finish this and I see it on offer, I am going to repurchase this one. It's a very good bronzer, but my problem, like I said, is just the packaging. The packaging is crap. It's just a paper packaging, this mini stuff, and then put mirror that I don't know who's going to use that. And then, yeah. It's like yesterday I noticed that I'm having cold. My nose is running, my throat. You can see my voice is a little bit squeaky. I don't know what that is, but hey, we're going to be fine. I had to go to the gym today to work on myself. For a very long time, my gym partner changed his gym. He started going to another gym. So right now, I don't have a gym partner, and that is just weighing me down a little bit. But today, I said to myself, you know what, Fina, you can do this. You've been doing life all by yourself for a very long time. Girl, get up and go do something for yourself. And I did that. I stood up today, went to the gym, spent an hour 20 minutes or so, and I am back. And I'm going to go back to work in the evening to do the same gym workout. Yeah, that's just what makes me happy. And that was why I went for it. So yeah, let's get back to why we're here. So the next one I have here is my Pat McGrath Labs bronzer in the shade Bronze Mahogany. I love this formula. This formula gives me the same as her blushes. I love it. But the thing is, the shade here is like the Revolution Dark. Wait, let me open that so you can see what I'm saying. Even darker than Revolution Dark. You can see that? Yeah, so the shade is a little bit, like I use these days that my foundation is really light. If I'm using the wrong shade of foundation that is really light, so I will just use this to build it up a little bit more. That's when, but you can see I've had this now for more than a year, if not nearly 2 years, but see, I've hardly used it. So yeah, it's a good formula, but the shade is not shading for me that much. Let's get into the Urban Decay Stay Naked Threesome. So it's got blush, highlighter, and bronzer. This is the bronzer. If you are my shade, I would just advise you stay away from this palette, okay? This palette is for someone that is light. If you are light, this palette will work for you. But if you are my shade, don't do what I did. I saw it on Crazy Offer and I was like, oh, the packaging looks good. I don't mind owning this. And when it came, and on the site, it looks really good online. It looks like something that will work. And when it came, I was like, excuse you, like literally this is my powder shade. Is a powder shade, and the only thing I normally use here is the blushes. Like the day I want like a subtle blush, I use that. So stay away from this if you're my shade. And then Juvia's Place Bronzed Bronzy. Yeah, Bronzed Bronzy, dark. This one here. Yeah, so here, this gives me the same as the Chocolate Charm, and the Mocha Mami, Fenty Mocha Mami gives me the same. That's what I use it for. And this one, I just use it to top it up. But this is not like my proper bronzer. It doesn't really show up like a bronzer. But I like using the two of them together. Days that I don't want to do too much, I'll use them. I know you guys will be wondering, like few times now that I've posted a video, I had no makeup on my face because I used the fake Cosrx. And I started breaking out a little bit. Like when I touch my skin hard, I will feel like the breakout. I've been treating it with my 10% benzoyl peroxide. So whenever I have breakout like that, I don't like putting on makeup on my face. I just like treating my face. I just let my face breathe so that it will go. So that is the face I'm in right now. So that is why you guys have been seeing me for a very long time. Not a very long time. This is like a week now or so. I've not been rocking makeup. So bear with the bare face. And yeah, the face is not that bad. It's cute. So deal with it. Yeah. So now, this one is from Morphe. So this one is from Morphe. This is their Avon Grey bronzer in the shade Bahamas. Yeah, Bahamas. I love Bahamas. Bahamas has got a little bit. Wait, let me. Oh, girl, do you want to swatch this? Well, let me swatch that. Bahamas is really, really good. See, you can't even really see it, but Bahamas is cool on the skin. I am telling you, Bahamas is everything. It just gives you that little bit spark. Like, you know, I don't know why. Recently, I stopped putting on highlighters on my cheek. I don't like doing that often. But if I just need a little bit of that highlighter, if I have my hair pushed back and I want a highlighter, I go with Bahamas. Bahamas is dope. And that's when I use this one as well. This one from Revolution. No, not this one. Oh, shut up, move. This one from Revolution in Bahamas. They do the same, but Bahamas tone is, you know what I mean? Just look at that red, a little bit, giving me a little bit of Chocolate Charm, Mocha Mami, and what's it called? Juvia's Place. Yeah, a little bit of that, but in a better way. I love Bahamas. And then, since we're on Morphe, let's just finish. So this one is another Morphe, their main bronzer, Morphe bronzer in the shade. So this is Glamour Bronze in the shade Big Shot. So this is Big Shot. So you can see Big Shot is subtle Okay, days that you don't want your bronzer to really show up on your skin, like a subtle finish bronzer. Okay, you want to look responsible, you want to look rich, you want to look classy. Big Shot comes out. So where people will be looking at you and go, that looks like your natural shadow on your face. It doesn't look like a bronzer is doing the job. It just looks like I wake up like this. Do you know, like use the kind of foundation that I like to use when I use this is either I will use the Hollywood filter as a foundation, and then I will set it with the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder. Yeah, the N6 is what I will use to set my face, and then I will use the Sephora concealer under my eye, and then I will set it with the Sephora Universal Powder. Look, I'm just telling you what I'll use. And everything that I'm telling you here pulls out natural. And then you bronze with this. People will be looking at you like, nah, this is not makeup. This is her face. Yeah, she looks like that on a very good day. Maybe she added a little bit makeup. Maybe she didn't have makeup on it. That is what you will get. Do you see how I'm saying this? Yeah, that is what you get. So yeah, that is it. And then the next one we have here is my Beauty Bay Bronze Blush Glow. These bronzer here. If you are my skin tone, honestly, I would say don't buy this palette. Buy the medium one. I think they have the light, medium, and dark. But it's not written here. I've checked even before this video. I've checked, but I didn't see any dark or whatever. But when you check on their website, this is the darkest palette they have. Excuse me. They have 3 of them, and this one is the darkest one. The only thing that I like here is the blush. This one is dark. This is just like the Revolution dark, even darker than that. Okay, this is darker than that. And this shade, these 2 here is just the only thing I enjoy here. But the one that I would advise you is the medium one. Try that one. The shades on that one is very, very good. But for this one, if you're my skin tone, please stay away from this. And last but not the least is my Made by Michu blush book. Yep. Made by Michu bronzed. Why am I saying blushed? Made by Michu Bronze Motel. Okay, this comes in 12 like their blush book. So their blush book comes in 12 and this comes in 12. The first time I had this was he released it that day and I had to order it that day. And when it came, I was so pissed. And I think that was the last time I stopped like shopping crazy on TikTok. Because then I was so crazy about anything that has to do with Made by Michu. Because I tried his blush and the bronzer and they were all good. I was like, yeah, anything Made by Michu, bring it my way. And I got the blush book. It was just fantastic. And then this one came out. I was like, yeah, give it to me. And they reduced like £10 from the original price. I got it like £20 because the original price is like £30, if I'm not mistaken. I just said, you know what? I need to lay my hands on this. And I got this. But when I swatched it on my skin, I did like the review of this, like literally my first time. And that was when I stopped doing like first impression videos, because sometimes first impression is not how it is. And my first impression, I was so disappointed. I was like, why is this not showing up on dark scale? Like, hello, why are we not in this? Why are we not in this palette? I was really, really pissed. And then one day I was doing my makeup after I've put on everything, my powder, and I found out that, oh, I haven't even used my powder bronzer. And I said, you know what? Something just said, try it again. And I pulled it out and I tried not even the dark shade here. I tried this shade here. And it was fantastic. It showed up on my skin. I was like, no way. I tried it. I tried this one. Like literally 1, 2, 3, 4 showed up on the skin. That's how you play around with this palette. You'll be like, yes, yes. I was like, thank God I got this palette. But these ones here, I don't really play around with them. What I normally use this is maybe like days I want to set my eyes or something. I use it. One good thing with Made by Michu products is universal. You can use it anyhow you want them. You can use this on your cheek. You can use it on that. Just anyhow you want to play around with them, play around with them. But I use it on my eyes as well. It's a very good palette, very good palette. But at first I was disappointed, and that was when I said to myself, girl, that's it. First impression, I ain't gonna do it no more. Because once that video is out, it's out. Someone can see that first impression and that will be your only video that the person will see, and the person will run with the first impression. Because sometimes you will get stuff and first impression, it will be really good. You will go, oh God, and you will do that. And then when you start using it, you will not find out that it doesn't pair up with other stuff. And then you can go back to that video and tell everyone that watched that video, excuse me, this is it. Or maybe sometimes you can say, oh, some products are not good. And maybe when you now use it in another way, it will work. And you can go back to people and say, excuse me, now it works. So that just made me, I say, first impression, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. That's why even watching first impression videos, I don't do that anymore. I don't like watching first impression. I can just watch it if I like the person. I'll just watch it because it's the person. But first impression videos doesn't make me want to get something. Like when I see you haven't used it, but I prefer watching video where the person will say, I've used this before and now you're coming to use it again. So you know that is good, or you know that is not good, but you're coming to show it. That's the kind of video I like watching. But once it's like first impression, oh, this is my first time, and you see them go, oh my God, oh, no, 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 no. I ain't doing that with nobody. I ain't doing that with my money, okay? It is my money. You show the impression, I buy it with my money, and if it's not good, I have to deal with it. No, no, no. No, okay? So I only deal with it when I like it. So guys, that is the end of this video. I really enjoyed this one. It was just quick and easy. So yeah, guys, that is the end of quick and easy. I am seeing 32 minutes here, so it's not quick and easy. Guys, stick with me. 32 minutes plus. Nah, it's not a quick video. Yeah, so guys, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video to your friends and loved ones. And guess what? Don't forget to show yourself love, and I will definitely catch you guys again in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.